England have underperformed so badly at this World Cup, but the real question is they are through to the round of 16 and ahead of the game with Mexico. I'm going to do a review here. Can England really win it? We're going to go through a tactical analysis, key players, strengths, weaknesses, road to glory, and also my own starting 11 that I would select if I was the England national team head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with an overview of England. If this is the sort of content that you enjoy, real tactical insights from a professional football coach working within the game, then please follow, subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and let's build a community here on the Blue Gaffer FC. So England started this tournament really strong. A huge amount of praise from everyone in the country. We dominated, we pressed, we were clinical, we beat Croatia, we did comebacks, everything was full on, beautiful stuff. And then came the game against Ghana, and we couldn't break them down. But we draw, we're still undefeated. Then came the game against Panama, and it was 0-0 at halftime, and it was frustrating. But we end up winning the game 2-0. And then came the game against Congo, and within 6 minutes, England found themselves 1-0 down. All of a sudden, everyone thought, oh my goodness, are we going to get ourselves through to the round of 16? But I actually think England played better in the Congo game than they did in both the Panama and Ghana game. Why do I think that? Well, simply because we created more chances. We were more dominant. Their goalkeeper probably made 4, 5, or even 6 tremendous, outstanding stops that no other goalie would have made in that moment. Because teams like Cape Verde, if you've checked out the video that I made on them already, like Congo, like Paraguay, who beat Germany, they just play with a huge heart, huge emotion, huge passion. They're going to give it everything. But you guys already know the results. You know what's happened. How can I give you a bit of a coaching insight? Well, England play a 4-2-3-1 system in every single game. And I've identified the system that England play in possession. I do apologize. I've just realized my graphic is wrong. Please ignore the 2 outside players. I've got too many players on there. I'm really tired today. Sorry about that, guys. But it's a 3-2-5 in possession build-up. Now, I don't agree with this because the 3-2-5 is Anderson always drops into the build-up phase. I don't understand why. And there were moments against Congo, especially when England were behind, that they stopped doing that. And they were actually playing in a 2-3-5 build-up or a 2-2-5-1 build-up. Exactly the same if you watch my Portugal video that I spoke about how Portugal played against Uzbekistan. Now, what I don't understand is why so many nations play like this only when you have to win. By the way, I've got can you see that on the screen? The Ronaldinho, my goodness me, why is it not showing on the screen? The Ronaldinho McDonald's Cup, if anyone can see that. Yeah, sorry, a bit of a distraction. I don't understand why teams like Portugal and England only play like that when they have to. And it's like they want to put pressure on themselves. Part of me understands it. Of course I do. I'm a coach. I worked in these environments. I get it. You want to start the game calm. You want to be compact. You want to be difficult to break down. You don't want to give anything away in the first opening minutes of a game. And then you want to maybe go. But the problem with that is very simple. Well, this is what awaits England next. And I hope you like this graphic because I really like this graphic. The Azteca, Mexico, away. Mexico are unbeaten in the last 15 matches. The crowd is intense, high altitude, and Mexico is going to believe. And it's a massive test and an atmosphere like no other. Do I think England can win the game? Of course they can win the game. But Mexico are coming into this with absolutely nothing to lose. And people are saying, oh, Mexico's not good. Yeah, they've won 4 World Cup games. England's won 3. And you can say, oh, they've played worse teams. Really? You can really say that when Cape Verde drew against Spain? Really? There is no such thing as a bad team in football because within a space of 90 minutes, any team can close the gap. For 75 minutes, Congo closed the gap on England. For 80 minutes, they were level with England. So my point is, in a 90-minute spell, all Congo needed was a little bit more quality, compactness, organization, and they would have beaten England. It's that quick. It's that simple. You have to be on it in every single metric, in every single way. And what I notice about England is in possession, yeah, sure, we're good. I still think we can be a little bit better. Like I say, the decision to change into a 3-2-5 system, I don't understand it. I don't think you need 3 centre-backs to build against 1 striker, especially because a lot of these teams, they don't even press. So what is the point of having 3 for build-up? You don't need them. You have 2. Get Pickford, get him higher, and you can play a 3-3-5 in this way by having Pickford higher up the pitch. I don't understand why we don't do that either. Enzo Maresca did that at Chelsea. Always had Rob Sanchez in build-up. And now he's the Man City manager, so how about that? England's biggest problem for me is our pressing, or should I say lack of pressing. And Gary Neville and Ian Wright spoke about this after the halftime against Congo. If you look at the graphic, there's too many distances between the lines, and it's easy for Congo to break, to play, to get out. That's not good enough from England. We don't, every time we press, we don't really press. 2, 3, 4 players go, but everyone needs to push themselves and get your ass up the pitch. And you have to go and you have to press, because otherwise teams are going to play through you centrally in wide areas, and it's not good enough. So the solution for that on the right-hand side of the screen, well, there's one of two. You either do a full Marcelo Bielsa, and that video is out on the channel in 2 days' time, by the way, and you go full high press man for man, or you go option 2 and you drop into a mid-block like Brazil are doing, and you say, all right, bring it, come to us, we're England, you ain't breaking us down, we're better than you. And then you win the ball and then you can go. But we're not doing either. We literally are not doing either. And you either play with no fear or you get dominated. It's that simple. And England need more in terms of the out of possession style. So what would I do to change that? Well, I would play this starting 11. Okay. John Stones at the back. He's a leader. Why is he not playing? Konza and Guehi on the outside. Now, we've had a fullback crisis. So, well, why don't we play with wing backs then? And why don't we really take the game? Firstly, Saka has played as a left back, left wing back, and left mid. So he can play as a left wing back, no problem. Rashford as an extra attacking option, and you have the back 3 to cover without a back 2 anyway, so you have that extra support in case anything goes wrong. Rice and Anderson hold the pivot. They've been brilliant. And I want this front 3, Kane and Bellingham as the 2 10s and Tony up top, or Kane up top, Tony in the 10. And they'll just flip in and rotate. Play with 2 strikers. Play with 2 strikers. So this is a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-1-2, Bellingham behind Tony and Kane. And this formation is so fluid. The 4-3-3, please watch my video on Spain and Brazil and Portugal, because I'm bored of saying it. 4-3-3 variations are so boring. They're not modern and they're awful. Okay? So I really don't recommend that England use a 4-3-3 style system, because it's, I don't want to explain it again at how boring it is and why, but playing this system allows you in build-up. If you want the 3, you've got the 3. If you want to push Stones inside, then you've got a 2-5-2-1 build-up, 2-5-3. Okay, if you get the wing-backs high, you've got your 2-3-5. If you've got Rice running in behind, then you've got a 2-5-1-1 or a 2-5-6. Sorry, 2-2-5-1 or 2-2-6. So you have those options of players running in behind, and against Mexico's what will be a mid to low block back 4 or a back 5, you have that capability to then really push and punish them. And that's going to be hugely important for England. They have to be able to deliver it. I would play like this. Be brave. Let's be attacking. Control the game. Dominate the moment. Silence the Azteca. And that's how I would play. It's a powerful front 5. Good midfield. Good wide players. Strong in transitions. A threat from set pieces with Tony on the pitch as well, and having 2 strikers up there. And like I say, just the simple fluidity of playing 3-4-2-1, 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 3-4-1-2, different build-up shapes. When you press against their back 4, Kane presses one centre-back. Tony presses the other. Saka and Rashford can jump higher and press the wing-backs, their full-backs. The midfield pick up a midfielder each, and Bellingham can always drop as well and pick up the midfielder. So you're literally, man for man, you're a 3-3-4 against their 4-3-3. So you flip them and you press man for man, player for player, get after them, silence the Azteca, get a goal or 2, make the game easy for yourself. I don't understand why we don't do that. Guys, comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you think England can really win it. In fact, I'll leave my starting 11 up on there for you. Comment. Let's get the engagement going. Follow me on TikTok, the Blue Gaffer FC. My TikTok's blown up recently. I'm replying to all of you. It's almost exhausting because we've got like 200 comments. I'm replying to everyone. I'm really trying to build a football community on it. Please follow. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Please share. This is the best football community out there for you. No one's better. Not Mark Goldbridge, not anybody else. We are building the best community here on the Blue Gaffer FC, guys. Please make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video out in a couple of days' time. Come on, England. So what about England's road to the final? Well, we know the round of 16 is going to face off against Mexico. We've already spoken about that in this video. Quarter final might be Brazil. I think England have enough to beat Brazil. It depends, obviously. Brazil and Norway are playing, but I do think England have enough to beat Brazil. I think I've been really unimpressed with Brazil. So please check out my video on Brazil, because I have got it on the channel. You can see I've gone with the same starting 11. let's attack, let's take it to these teams. I'd change it slightly for some different games. Maybe against France and Argentina, I'd play differently, but it's just a graphic to be there on the screen. Semi-final against France. If that happens, that's where I think there's a big problem. If it's a semi-final against Argentina instead, I think England might just about be able to escape that, or equally if they play Spain in a quarter or semi-final. This is obviously all speculative. We don't know until all the results are in and stuff. But yeah, I've mentioned in my World Cup predictions video that I see England going to a final, and I unfortunately see them losing to France. I just think France are way too good. Their attack is too good. Their attack is too strong. England's defense is too weak. And I think at the moment, the teams like France, Argentina, and the USA are playing much better than England. But I see a semi-final for sure for England. I do maybe see that final, but I think they will ultimately come short in that final, guys.